value to it. It sounds weird, but it tricked a bunch of people to come into a room on a Wednesday night to listen to live art. So it works for something, but at its core, it is a competition. And with every competition, it does have rules. First, for the poets, no props, no costumes, no musical accompaniment, no nudity. We do not want to see your genitals. There may be a show in the Bay Area that will allow you to show your genitals. It's not this show, and it's certainly not this venue. But more importantly than keeping your nibbly bits away is our time limit. You have 3 minutes with a grace period of 10 seconds to spit one original poem. After 3 minutes in that grace period of 10 seconds, you'll be deducted points by our scorekeeper, Becky. After 4 minutes, you will be played off stage by our DJ fraternity. Give it up for our DJ in the back. And give it up for our scorekeeper doing math on a Wednesday night. All right, poets, if you hear music in the middle of your poem, it is no longer the middle of your poem. I have 10 poets to get through tonight and a feature, and I need to get to bed in time to be on time-ish to work tomorrow. So please, whatever you do, don't go over 4 minutes. Speaking of points and everything like that, we do have rules for the judges. Judges, can you raise your scoreboards, please? Holy shit, there are 2 judges in the very back, and I have not had my glasses prescription in 3 years. Whew. We're gonna work together. But judges, the most important thing you have to do tonight is you have to give every poem a score from a 0.0 to 10.0 scale. A 0.0 is the worst piece of shit you've ever heard in your life. You'd rather put it into the toilet and then flush it and then remove your toilet and smash it into a bunch of pieces and then bury those pieces in a pig sty and then take the pigs and slaughter them and sacrifice them to cleanse your family of the evil that poem did. And that's just a 2.5. A 10 is the best thing you've ever heard in your life. It's like you wake up tomorrow and the high is like 70 degrees and the low is like 65. And you can wear a t-shirt, but you have a little jacket in your backpack for when it gets chilly and all is right with the world and you're not sweating your balls off. And that's just an 8.5. Point being, there are not a lot of zeros and there are not a lot of 10s. Score accordingly. There's this thing called score creep, where as the night goes on and we may be, or we should be, visiting the bar and getting some drinks and, having a little bit more fun, getting into the swing of things, the poetry starts starting better. But that is not fair to the people who went first when you were sober and vibeless. So to help you out, we will have a sacrificial poet. They are not competing, but think of them as if they were. Think of them as your calibration poet. They'll go first. Any poems you like more, score them higher. Any poems you don't like as much, score them lower. More importantly than the scores is how you give them to me. I think we've already determined that I cannot see worth a damn. So I need your scores as big and as black as possible. Like, think of Idris Elba and think bigger and black, like Winston Duke. I need Winston Duke, M'Baku, like Black Panther scores. I cannot see. Anything you can do to help me see your scores and read them correctly would be greatly appreciated. Next, we have rules for the audience. Audience, I need you to pull out your cell phones. I can see you not pulling out your cell phones. And then I need you to do what I forgot to do and turn them off, put them on silent, put them on vibrate. I call that the fun setting. But whatever you have to do in order to ensure that your phone does not make noise during someone's poem. If your phone goes off during someone's poem, you owe that poet a drink. Don't be the person buying a bunch of poets drinks because your ex can't get over you. Turn off your phone. Give yourself some peace. Give us all some peace. And turn your phones off. But before you do, I need you to like us on Facebook and Instagram and all of the social media at Berkeley Slam. We do a lot of shit. We have like a show every week, plus our sister shows. So you want to stay tapped into all of the stuff that we are doing around the Bay. Okay, we have our rules for the audience, our poets, our judges. Word of the day. A time-honored tradition where we take a random word from the audience and force our poets to jam it into their poem for an extra point. Who here has a word that they would like to suggest for word of the day? Just yell it out. It can be weird. Yes. Conundrum. I like that. I like that. Can anyone have anything better than conundrum? See, now poets are co-signing it, so I can't go with it. What? Flesh? I feel like that would be too easy. I feel like everyone has a poem with the word flesh in the title or something. Any words of the day? Some of my favorite have been lobster, spatula, badussy was one of them. Who's got ideas? But you're a poet, damn. Any ideas? Yes. Artichoke? You're a poet, and I think our word of the day is going to be artichoke. Can you come up here and tell us what artichoke means? I mean, I guess I could look it up. We have technology. Siri, what does artichoke mean? Okay.
Again, because we live together, Siri recognized your voice and picked it up and started kind of finding it.
Damn, it's pulling up a Wikipedia article, but not. The fuck? I swear to God, I would never use this description for an artichoke, but okay. Artichoke, it is a noun, and it's a European plant resembling a thistle cultivated for its large flower heads. It's a fucking vegetable. Poets, if you use artichoke or artichokes or artichoking or artichokology. If you use artichoke in your poem, you get an extra point. Judges, don't worry about it. Our scorekeeper will handle it. Poets, you cannot just say, the title of my poem is Artichoke. Anyway, so my mom died last week. No, that's not fair. You have to work it organically, an organic artichoke, into your Welcome to Whole Foods. Well, Berkeley Bowl's down the street. Come on now. I know you eat organic fruits and vegetables, and if you don't, I mean, I guess you're not from Berkeley. Anyway, artichoke. The word of the day, artichoke, extra point, woohoo. Boom. Are we ready to hear who will be reading in this slam? That was kind of concerning. Like it was like a gradual build to like the energy that we could have had. So yeah, the poets will be reading in this order. We have Esperanza, we have PG, we have Tino, we have Prophet, we have Ryan, we have Maddie, we have Colin, we have Protected Poet, and we have Tati. Give it up for every poet touching the stage tonight. So on deck, we have Esperanza, but give maximum love for your sacrificial poet. Give it up for Reggie. I hate straight niggas because sometimes they act like white people. They haven't realized it yet, but I have. Something about the way that they love to position themselves as both the victims of all oppression and better than everybody else leads me to believe that some of us are a little bit more Thomas Jefferson than others. I hate straight niggas because all of the niggas that have tried to kill me have been straight niggas. That alone is enough to keep one hand on a gun and the other on the Bible. Each breath a prayer that I don't have to fight or die in these streets. I hate straight niggas because they hated me first. Because I spent year after year being harassed only for my identity to become the next trending topic. Down low became hetero-flexible for the gram, but would still put a gun to my head if I tell y'all what we did last night. You niggas are sick. The way you can buy the foundation after burning down the home. I hate straight niggas because soft masculinity is only aesthetic on niggas who could weaponize manhood if not given a safer option. Safer for who? Obviously, the man behind the gun is not in danger. I hate straight niggas because they don't listen, because they think of rules as guidelines and boundaries as up for debate. I hate straight niggas because I have only been assaulted by straight niggas, because blackness never protected me from the worst of my experiences. They will march for me, but have my funeral in the church some straight nigga kicked me out of. I hate straight niggas because white men have proven themselves less dangerous than most straight men. Homophobia is so black, it put racism in its place. Oppression is so familiar that even my own brother has called me a faggot. I hate straight niggas because every straight nigga I have ever loved has betrayed me in the worst of ways and still has yet to die for it. Because the same straight niggas that left me for dead were the ones that raised me. Because blood is thicker than grief, and grief is thicker than air, and my lungs are full of so many unbreathable things. I hate straight niggas because I can't ever really hate straight niggas, even though I have tried. Because straight niggas are still niggas. Because the chopping block will call my name, but theirs is still next on the ledger, and damn, that makes me hate you even more. Oh my God. I don't know who that poet was, but like you should give your scores up. All right, judges, I need your scores. This is, ooh, that was quick. I love that. I need you to keep them up until I read them out though. This is the longest I'm going to give you all tonight. Do you have a, oh my God, and you're so close and I can't read shit. I believe you because there's no reason. I thought we bought new pens. Oh wow, that was quick. So much better. Okay. Can you write it a little bit bigger? This is so sad. And I need yours a little bit darker. I say while scrolling through my grinder. Some people got it. My fiance is not too pleased. Whoo! Ooh. It's wild that I can see the scores that are behind you. Let's get you a new pen. I feel like it's the pen. It can't be that I can see these scores in the back and can't see. This is, who is going, you know, we talk about affordable healthcare, but who is doing affordable vision? Who has affordable dental? This is bullshit. All right. So this is the longest I'm going to give me to read the scores all night. Okay, I can see that now. Let's leave them up until I read them out. We have a low of a 7.8. It goes up to an 8.5, an 8.5, an 8.8, and an 8.8. A 9.1. Sorry, let me read that out one more time. 7.1, 8.5, 8.5, 8.8, and 9.1. 7.8? One day I am not going to smoke a blunt before the show. One day and one day only, and you will get the best hosting of your life and then never again. We have a low of a 7.8, an 8.5, an 8.5, an 8.8, and a 9.1. Wow. That was a journey. Wow. But we got there and we got there together. Thank you for holding me through my darkest moments. It's hard. It's hard. All right, so judges, that was your sacrificial poet. Do you know what that means? You are now experts. Congratulations, you graduated, you got your diploma, you did everything that your parents said would get you success. You still don't have a job in your field, but you did everything your parents said would get you success. Audience, we are already one poet in and we do not have tens. I know the current political climate can discourage us from voicing our opinions in a public forum, but damn it, if you want something, you gotta be loud. So, audience, if you hear a score that you like, what do you do? Nice, but let's be honest, life is terrible and full of disappointments. What do you do if you hear a score that you don't like? Judges, do not listen to these drunk ass people trying to convince you and your wholesome, devout, principled selves to step outside of your morals and give scores that you do not want to give. Audience, I do not know what these judges want, who they are, and what God they pray to. I do know that you're here to make sure that our poets get money at the end of the night. So you know your job, judges. Stay strong. I believe in you. And we are going to get it started. On deck, we have PG, but give maximum love for the first poet coming up in the slam. Give it up for Esperanza.
If my name was Dorothy, the tornado that swept me away would be one of my own making. The wicked witches of the West and East would instead be asked what they'd like to be called, a conversation thrown in to smooth over any misunderstandings, assurance that my landing in Oz, while accidental, was also due to my thirst for adventure. But I would never dare to assume I'm the hero of any story I've ever graced the pages of. When the Eastern witch became a casualty of my freedom, she yanked with her pieces of who I had been, which created a hole large enough to bury both of us in. Haven't you also hurt others in your efforts to run from your own pains and sins? My lesson is how to become an eraser large enough to undo any big mistake. Every instinct and response ingrained from my history that was taught and passed on unintentionally. I tell myself, there are people waiting for me to find my way back to them. Do not wonder if they'll be able to recognize the woman who returns. Is it easier to leave or come back? To a place unsure when you left. Why? Life moves slowly back home. When my tornado whisked me away, introduced me to a world awash in wonder and whimsical curiosity where magic was real, and I finally felt that way too. Well, initially, the plot propelled me. I befriended people that saw me as the maker of my destiny, a chosen leader and person worth following, a figure so compelling I might get lost in the narrative more than Oz itself. Though I search for a solution less certain the closer it becomes. A man who is rumored to hold all the answers I seek. In my version of this story, here he and I don't yet meet. My Dorothy doesn't gaze upon the face of the deceptive smoke known as Oz, the great and powerful. My motley crew and I instead pitch a picnic along with artichokes along the yellow brick road. Inspired by the scenery, we have an epiphany. The answers we seek do not lie externally. After all, the drama and awe, mysterious allure of the Wizard of Oz seems rather suspicious, right? The solution we need lies within us. One long montage later, my work complete. I click together the red ruby slippers. My raw heels a reminder of the pain I caused to get here. I think I'm ready to go home. There's no place like it, right? Except I'm no longer sure where I'd go. The pieces that make me might shatter to finally fit right where they belong.
All right, judges, I need your scores. Ooh, as if I couldn't see. Bad enough, blinding lights. Okay, we have 2 scores. We have 3 scores. We have 4 scores. We have 5 scores. All right, can keep them up until I read them out. We have a low of a 6.5. Goes up to a 7.2, a 7.5, an 8.0, and an 8.6. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet and not the points. The poet and not the points. All right, we are going to keep it pushing. On deck, we have Tino, but give maximum love to the next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for PG. Thank y'all for
Let me see. Does this sound cool? This sound good? This sound better? I got my heart broke. I got my heart broke twice, and it changed me. I used to wait up at night contemplating. Nowadays, I stay up till I go to sleep. Shit, sometimes I'm up through the whole thing. Remember, I gave everything that a nigga had. Remember them days so clear because I was in my bag. Shit changed, disappeared. Look what I had. A bunch of misplaced memories. I went out so sad. Nowadays, I couldn't see it happening again. I had my hands up, down like all we do is win. And now I don't reply. All she want to know is when. I really used to hold back. I wouldn't give in. I didn't used to love myself. A lot of shit changed. I mean, I'm still who I was, but I'm not the same. Cause now I do what I does and now I don't feel no waves. I told her cut that shit out. She don't even get the waves. I told her, baby, slow down. What you know about me? Every night I see you up and see with 2 or 3. Baby, now I'm on my path. I was right about dreams. You was all I wanted, but baby, I'm on to better things. Remember, we would take off. I'm pulling up, it's 5 o'clock, like I can take off. In my head, thinking I'm doing the right thing. Idiot. I'ma call myself open doors for me. All these women in my face, but they don't feel the same. I learned from cheap shit. Glad I found some valuable pain. Cause now I don't explain myself cause that left me distressed. Don't do that. I failed the test. I learned from the best. Cause I ain't wanna play no games. How ironic is this? My sister makes art. It'll choke you. Worse than that vegetable. Artichoke. Hear me as I say. Watch me go like I can't do shit but take off. I used to say let go, but them blocks I can't take off. That shit was on you, and I took that shit. Never be another day, PG about a trick. I promise I loved her to make me realize I've been daydreaming shit. See, realize with my real eyes. Remember Fresh Prince when Will wouldn't say that shit? Man, us Libras got it bad like we was born in this, but I was born for this.
Keep that round of applause going for PG. All right. Judges. All right. I really appreciate it because I have a feeling that y'all are going to take turns. Like everyone's going to take turns being the low scoring judge. Think we've done it. No, we haven't had 5 poets. We'll get there, but all right. Damn, y'all got a group chat or something? Shit. Because we have a low of a 6.2. It goes up to a 7.2, a 7.4, a 7.6, and then a 7.8. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet, not the points. The poet, not the points. All right. On deck, we have Prophet, but give maximum love to the next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Tino.
Si puedes salvar los lenguajes, esconde que es más popular. Los que no entienden solo van a criticar porque aborrecen la idea de no saber lo que tú dices. Si hablas esos lenguajes, guarda tu lengua. Asegúrate que nadie sepa que eres diferente, que tu idioma viene de otro país. Esconde tu acento. ¿Para qué? Indicar a la gente que tú no eres aquí, que no eres americano. Si hablas esos lenguajes, sea mejor que te avergüences a la primera. Si tus padres te criaron con su lengua nativa, niégalo. Niega tus raíces, con tu cara en el palo, enseñas que tu piel no es blanco, asimílate. Conviértete parte de ese sistema, edúcate en sus escuelas, aprende inglés sin barreras. Recuerda que la única frontera que existe es su lenguaje, tu cultura, tus crianzas. You speak two languages. Si puedes hablar los lenguajes, put one over the other. Habla a little more like this. Esconde that list. Speak a little more like this. You're in America now, where we speak English. Speak English. Go to the field. Pick your artichokes. Porque se hace tan difícil to get Spanish. If you speak two languages, make sure that everyone can understand you. Accommodate your tongue to the ears. Fine tune the frequency. Wait, I'm sorry. White tune the frequencies in your throat. It's the only way your voice will ever be acknowledged. Nadie te va a entender si hablas así. If you speak two languages, erect a border on your tongue. The distinction clear in both languages and opposite sides, and practice one more than the other. So enough to forget how the words sound, the way your tongue rolls, the culture connection that comes being vale con tu abuelita. No te va a entender para nada if you remember. Don't get caught speaking Spanish to remind them that you're different. That your tongue could exist on multiple worlds, conjure multiple words. It is a threat to them. It's the very reason why they will re-Columbus your tongue, knowing that your language has been colonized before you speak two languages. Act as if you only know one. Hold no pride in the culture that comes. The culture, the first one, appreciate the white taste of an American twang. After all, you run the risk of being targeted for being different. You'll fear being hurt, speaking Spanish, stuttering or straight in your accent. Show them you're a coconut. You know? Brown on the outside, but white on the inside. Not a threat, but a token voice to seize their American English. If you speak two languages, remember, you only speak one. Society and the society will push you to voice yourself, and there's a system will whitewash the flavors in your tongue until there is nothing left. And if you assimilate well enough, you won't have a problem. Just be another brown kid with a border on your tongue.
Keep that round of applause going for Tino. Judges, I need your scores. Ooh. I think I see that score. We have. Okay. We have a low of an 8.8, goes up to an 8.8, a 9, a 9.1, and a 9.5. Give it up for the poet and not the points. All right. Who here can tell me where we are? Someone said Berkeley. We are at the Starry Plough. And Starry Plough is a pub. A pub has a bar. And the bar, they have drinks. Yes, they do. We at the Berkeley Slam have a 1 drink minimum. There is, I guess know your limits and determine your own maximum and get home safely. But what you should do, regardless of anything, is make sure you hit up the bar. They have beer, they have cider, they have wine. They also have non-alcoholic options like, help me out, Jessica. Water, juices and sodas and whatnot. What? They have root beer floats. Oh my goodness, you can be a kid again or be grown and get a Guinness float. Either way, support the plow. We have been in this space every Wednesday, minus a pandemic, but nobody was here. Every Wednesday since 1998. The only reason that we have been able to be here since 1988 or 1998 is because people like you went to people like Jessica and ordered drinks like, I don't know, like a cider or a hard kombucha and supported the space that is supporting the art. So please, whatever you do, get a drink, get some food. The kitchen closes at 10, so get it now or don't get it at all. But yes, support the Starry Plough. They've been supporting us for decades. Decades. Give it up for the Starry Plough, yeah. All right. On deck, we have Ryan, but give maximum love for the next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Prophet.
She was born to a slave mother in the slums of Southeast Louisiana. Napoleon sold her grandmother to Thomas Jefferson in 1803. Her mother blossomed into young adulthood in the 1860s, so by the early 1900s, she was conceived. This baby, nicknamed Jas in her early years, was her mother's crowning achievement. Though she was silent as a child, her adult voice would eventually become America's theme song. So when she moved from Congo Square to Chicago, her style influenced the country to erase its color lines just long enough to enjoy her company. It was during this migration that we became acquainted. This poem was inspired by Common and Kanye West. Hey, yo, I met this girl when I was 10 years old. And what I loved most was she had so much. So I said, excuse me, little homie. I know I don't know you, but my name is Jasmine, and I love to show you how to take your pain and set it to quarter notes so you could dump it or hold it off until you're old enough to learn the trumpet, because your fingertips are precious and you got to learn the balance, because your worth is determined by the weight of golden calluses. Though solid as a rock, your palms was made to carry burdens. Your eyes gonna watch for God like that play of Zora Hurston's, but I'll be there to soothe you in the tougher days ahead of you. Imposing on her kindness is something that I could never do. So I would sit and listen. I loved the way she'd stand and weather every storm. Life was better whenever we band together. Her youth was spent juking. She was lucid in the city. But as she aged, she would try to differentiate herself from Dixie. But nah, son. Her southern roots were ever present. Her rhythms were effervescent. Her dad blues was such a downer. His presence was never pleasant. See, she started in the church, but she was free as she grew secular. She was amazing on the fly, so winging it could only better her. Ella took her around the world. Louis put her above extremes, and she fell so hard when John Coltrane gave her his love supreme. And it begins to tell round midnight. She and Miles had birthed the cool. Its conception was surreal with no exceptions to the rules. From Charlie, Benny, and Sydney to Buddy, Billy, and Dizzy, Jazz remained a constant friend and companion in the lives of many. So by the time she got to Harlem, her legacy was cemented. I'll forever love this music and try to find my place within it. Thank you.
Keep that round of applause going for Prophet. All right, judges, I need your scores. I can tell there's some people in the back that like to fight. So, I mean, all right, I think we have 4, 5 scores. We have a low of, ooh, cha. I really can't read that score. Yeah, like you're doing graffiti or something. I really, oh my goodness. Not the one in Richmond. I'm banned from the run in Richmond. Don't ask me about it. Don't ask me about it. Apparently, not all the samples are free. Apparently, just one of the samples is free, not like the whole tray. Who knew? All right. We have a low, keep them up until I read them out, of a 7.8. It goes up to an 8.3, an 8.5, an 8.9, and an 8.9. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet, not the points. The poet and not the points. All right, we're gonna keep it pushing. On deck, we have Maddie, but give maximum love to the next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Ryan.
Label it an addiction, more aptly an eye affliction, to catch a flash, a notification, out from under the corner. The heart artichokes, causing a murmur. Brain on vacation, adrenaline before the crash, thumbs make a mad dash to open the black box, crestfallen, it's spam. Sometimes staring at my phone, I'll suffer the affliction and turn my head to an imagined light. That means you've texted. One of these days, my eye will be right.
All right. It's like really silent. Where's the That was like very. Shit. I'm gonna tell that to my boss next time I'm late. Sorry. I'm running on Internet Explorer. No, I'm gonna give myself more credit. I am Microsoft Edge. All right. Yeah, it's a new thing. It replaced Internet Explorer by being just as bad. It's the best. It's like having twins, but either one of them works well. All right. Judges, let me see your scores. We have a low, once again, y'all, with the group chat. We have a low of a 6.2, goes up to a 6.6, a 7.0, a 7.2, and a 7.3. Fuck the scores, give it up for the poet and not the points. The poet and not the points. And now that the scores are given, I can make this joke. We all love a quickie. It just gets worse from here. I have a drink in the back, so we'll see where this goes. All right. On deck, we have Colin. But give maximum love to the next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Maddie.
Let me make this smaller. Okay. I'm gonna throw up. What's up, guys? I'm dreaming of a presence or an absence. The way I want to be held like a secret handshake. Middle school crush without a demand. I don't know how to do this like them on TV. Just wanted to touch you, as in, there you are, me too. As in, love, that is all I needed you to know. Not more. Please stop asking me for more. I wake awaiting a kind of violence, praying absence will make the heart grow something, anything at all, but my skin is still in debt to this trauma. I have been paying for life with life, this body, a girl playing survival. I've considered that, yes, there is a world in which I'm not about to be consumed, where I could be unwanted and accepted still. I've heard the gape of this quiet, the exhale that comes after the curtains. I can't be yours anymore, and I need some time out. I need some rest. All my life, a spectacle, a museum with no velvet rope to hold you back. Touch me, and you will know my pain. Become yours, a curse. So please hate me for this. You will always skin your knees falling for me, at least as I am now, at least until I heal for me first. Me first. I'm looking for a girl, an identity crisis, where I find myself safe and unwanted, indebted to no hands and held up by hot air balloons and suspended above the city, a place that I can watch from a safe distance how people love each other and unlearn in my own time the way he showed it to me, up close and violent. Now I'm a cover band of myself. A Broadway musical turned Disney on ice, and you're getting upset about this, but I did it for you, for more, for the show. Sell out, slinging a cursory glance your way, legs crossed and coy and curtsy, and always apologizing. Always the show and tell. Otherwise, quiet. I'm just a spitting image now and not the real thing. I'm looking for an off screen Sunday morning. Features of my bad habits play across the screen. The smell of coffee wafting through my hair, my feet in your lap, the dishes clean. I get pretty in the mirror some days and you don't say anything. You look after the plants while I'm away, and I make time for identity crisis. Not rehearsing lines or seatbelts or CPR. You call me on the phone and my voice alone is enough. You say you don't mind that I'm not home. I am my voice, my thoughts, a disembodied bombshell, Rapunzel floating above the big apple. I am fine right here. The girl nobody is watching, a girl without resuscitation, and they make a movie about her and forget what she looked like, except on Sundays. I'm sorry you need it. The skin that I've worn for you, for always. I need to take this off, at least until I heal for me. Me, at least me, for once, first, at least me for once.
Keep that round of applause going for Maddie. Judges, I need your scores. I'm just like really glad that this music isn't any louder than it is. It's low-key ratchet. Shout out Zach Fox. All right, judges, I need your scores. All right, we have a low of a, looks like a 7.8. It goes up. Okay, we get it. Your opinions, they're your own. You shared them, move on. We have, it goes up to an 8.0, an 8. Can I finish? An 8.5, a 9.2, and a 9.2. Give it up for the poet and not the points. Judges, this audience all obviously has opinions, but opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got them. If your asshole smells, please, please, please. They invented this really cool thing called soap. It works miraculously well. And if that doesn't work, see a doctor. Don't bleach your ass. Well, some people do. Anyway, I don't judge people in what they do with their own bodies unless it's, assaulting my nasal passages. And at that point, you're doing something to my body and we got to fix it. Boundaries. Lines I won't cross. Lines I won't do. Protect. I had to hit my one-liner for the week. All right. Protected poet, you are on deck. But give maximum love to the next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Colin. The boy asks, how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? Now, Al says, let's find out. Says, I don't know, but my friend Jim Crow does. I was too busy killing, I forgot to count. So the boy asks, how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? And the owl responds, a 1, a 2, a 6 million on the way here, but after that it gets a little bit tricky. So you can't count slaves as full people, and I was never too good at adding fractions. So the boy asks, how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? And the owl responds, until every black family is fatherless. Until every black mother mourns a black son, says if we can't kill him, lock him up. And ain't that just like a death sentence? So it says until these streets are drenched red with your blood, until black life equates to black death, and we have all of your green artichokes in. Aren't those the colors of your flag? We'll burn that too. Boy asks, how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? Al responds, apparently 1 more. Says curiosity killed the cat and we killed Malcolm, right? Says we killed Huey and Martin too. Says don't ask questions, boy. Says don't ask questions, boy. Says boy. Says manhood is for white people. Says your skin is a sin, and the wages of sin is death. Says I am death. I am the grim reaper. I will reap what you sow. Take credit for your greatness and make sure your only legacy is a body bag. And that's if you're lucky, because it might just be a noose and a burnt cross. So the boy asks, how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? And the owl responds, until these wings encompass the world like a candy wrapper. See, this is that Tootsie Roll racism, the type of oppression that's only palatable because the poison is hidden behind 32 milligrams of sugary bullshit. And it isn't until you read the label that you realize that this will rot you from the inside out. And it is this moment when your body is nothing but dust, and there's nothing left to call black or revolutionary or human. This is the moment you've been searching so hard for. So how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? It isn't much. Just you. Keep that round of applause going for Colin. It got quiet again. I'm gonna make my own music. Okay, that's cute. This song has gotten me so late. Oh my God. It's Chance the Rap. I really don't even know. Like, it's just on a playlist that I have. I mean, it's a sex playlist, so I just have the whole album on there. If you haven't fucked to acid rap, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Okay. Scores. Thank you for keeping me on track. Wish someone would have done that for me in college. All right, we almost did it. We almost broke the 9 barrier, but we have a low of an 8.7. It goes up to a 9.2, a 9.5, a 9.5, and it goes up to a 9.5. Fuck the scores, give it up for the poet. Never the points. All right. On deck. I'm looking at the wrong list. I can't fucking read, y'all. On deck, we have Tati. But give maximum love for the next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Protected Poet.
Hello, everybody. Salute to all the poets. Yeah, this is my first time doing this, so it's like I already won, right? Because I conquered my fear, so I already won. Salute to everyone. Okay, this poem is called "Don't Love Me, Care About Me." If your love consists of thinking with your emotions and not your mind, you use your tongue as a sword to stab deep into my feelings, killing me softly with your combative verbiage. Well, sorry, not sorry. I am glad to say you have me sadly mistaken. You will cry me a river deeper than the ocean. Watch, you'll see. So sink or swim, because I'm a surf away as our waves by. See, I'm not the type of guy to bring sand to the beach. I'm more the type of guy to lay my coat over a puddle for you if you care about me. If you care to get to know me, you'll find there's different elements to my existence. First, there's repentance. Second, there's persistence followed by consistency. See, where there's care, there's courtesy. Where there's care, there's communication and dialogue. But when love and emotions get involved, it turns straight into arguments. Hey, how can one say that they love you and be conniving at the same damn time? Like really, like lying right next to you while lying to you. Ain't that some trifling ass shit? And for me, I can see the reflection in your eyes. You think it reads sucker on my forehead, don't you? Just look. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word, no. Yes, I am a man with sensitivity. I do wear my heart on my sleeve, but it's armed. I just don't want to risk allowing someone in, because if I allow them in, what if they break it? And if they break it, who's going to repair it? And what if it repeats itself like parrots? So I think in my head, if I think ahead of love, I'll be able to see the pain coming from a mile away. Hey, because love is pain, right? And pain is love. Love is dangerous, and these Beyoncés out here dangerously in love and crazy in love. Hey, to all my single ladies where there's care, there's a breath of fresh air. I mean, I feel relieved. I believe what you tell me. You don't have to sell me a dream, my queen, because that's a king's worst nightmare. And love affairs are so unfair to the ones who's unaware. But where there's care, there's joy. Hey, maybe I'm just a little skeptical of love because I've had my share of breakups to make up. You know, you break up, then make up, then make up, then break up. Now, you love sick, feeling miserable. I'm sick of love. It's unbearable. It's not unconditional. The love is toxic. So now you love to hate me or you hate to love me. Sheesh. I just want you to care for me. But I do not need your love.
Keep that round of applause going for Protected Poet. Judges, I need your scores. No, you didn't, DJ. All right, we have 4 scores in 65 years in the past. My history nerds got it. I love that. All right. We have a low of a 7.1. It goes up to a 7.2, an 8.2, an 8.3, and an 8.5. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet and not the points. The poet and not the points. All right. On deck, we have our feature. Make noise if you know who our feature is for the night. If you don't know, take a drink, some water, hydrate, secure your wigs, get ready. You will learn today. That's on deck. I need y'all to give maximum love for our last poet in the first round. Give it up for Tati.
I didn't know there was a time limit, so I've been trying to frantically edit this down. Please have mercy on me. Okay. 10 reasons why my anger loves me more than God ever will. 1. When my sexuality finally dawned on me in high school, I felt the ground open wide. The bright path to heaven ahead of me narrowed even further into just a small sliver of light. I had to fight to keep shining. Even kissing a girl was a thought that kept my head bowed in apology, and my anxiety rose with every new apology that swallowed me. 2. At some point, my OCD triggers were almost exclusively religious. My mind obsessing over confessing, over the sheer number of sins I could commit per minute if I just let my mind run free, if I didn't punctuate my stream of consciousness with frantic pleas for forgiveness. Forgive me, I was angry. Forgive me, I briefly imagined making out with some guy. Forgive me, I stepped on someone's shoe. That was an accident, but I'm going to ask for forgiveness just in case. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm sorry, please 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 forgive me. 3. Being queer meant a whole new set of thoughts to apologize for. A new fear of desires to consciously control, to hold clenched within my fingers until the anxiety ran in dark rivulets down my arms, feeling that every other thing I did was probably wrong, every other thought, every other feeling I felt, that all my innate desires originated from a heart that was born rotten, a mind corrupted since the beginning of time, feet that were biologically programmed to falter, instincts that were never going to guide me toward the truth. 4. Sometimes anger sounds a lot like loneliness. It sounds like being told that my body is not my own. My life is not my own. My goodness is not my own. And in fact, the only thing I own is my sin. Sometimes anger sounds like gravity, like an anchor sinking into the sand, like all the ways I never trusted myself enough to even listen. 6. My anger wanted me to be free more than it wanted me to be good. 7. My anger knew before I did that good is subjective, that good is what I am, that good is feeling at home in myself, that good doesn't mean I have to kill the human inside of me to be holy. It's not the church telling me can't be two genders at once. God is literally the Son and the Father at the same time, breaking the rules of a biology they so desperately cling to. You would think they invented life itself. 8. My anger loved me for who I am, and I am. I am queer. I am true. I look like places they wouldn't associate with sun-ripened artichoke. But it glistens on my tongue, beaded by the fullness of something holy. I am the garden. I am the aftermath of eternity spent outlasting. I am more than they could ever imagine. 9. I am here. A brief meditation on being. I am here. I am here. I am here. My thoughts are not obsessive. My repetitions are deliberate and calm. I am here. 10. Tomorrow I will go find the most beautiful girl in the world and allow myself a daydream. The pleasure of feeling without guilt. Tomorrow I will go find the most beautiful girl in the world and kiss her, and kiss her, and kiss her, and repeat over and over, not because I'm afraid, but because I want to, and I won't be sorry for any of it.
I have no opinion. Keep that round of applause going for Tati. As you can see, I have lost the battle with the heels tonight, but I will win the war. All right, judges, I need your scores.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Starry Plough, what up? Make some noise.